Okay, so you can see here, I've been working on this for most of the day today because, you know, this is what I do. Pardon me. This is, again, I'm working in Inkscape. Yeah, Inkscape right now. And I'm working on this piece right here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and attach some of the documents that I'm working on. I'll attach them in a download so you guys can see what they are. And I think at one point I pointed out in one of the videos that some of the big problems with this are that these pieces are kind of crooked, and I wanted to change them around. Now, as a kid, I guess a preteen, I had one of these like 1930s, 20s, early 30s dressing tables that I got at an antique place. It wasn't in fabulous condition, but I loved it. And it was put together differently. So I have some firsthand knowledge of this. These pieces were bigger. They were larger and deeper drawers. So that's one thing I wanted to correct. So it seemed the best way to do this. Now let's open dressing table. Open. Because remember, I'm working from Nandor Honti's original pieces. These were the ones that I found going through McCall's magazine, I guess you would kind of say like online microfiche sort of thing. They only had this in black and white. So this is what I got. This is the piece. Maybe I can pull it up. I could find the two pieces that you'll see. I found 2 pages I found in color. And then the third one with the bed, I just couldn't find anywhere. So I spent a couple of hours hunting around online and fell upon like a microfiche kind of thing, where I could take a look at these. Okay, now hold on. I need you to think a minute. I'm talking and I can't talk and think and work and. Okay, individual pieces, dressing table, black and white, JPEG. Okay, this one I think is a little better color-wise. Well, nope, I didn't save it that way. Okay, let's go ahead and just flip this around. Just rotate it. Okay, and let's play with the levels again. See if I can get that a little darker so you can actually see it. If I creep up on it, sometimes it'll... Come on. There you go. Go on. Come on. You can see it begin, like, only slightly. Come on. There we go. You can kind of see what everything is looking like. It was one large piece, and I found that kind of awkward to deal with. Now, I'm not saying that Honti did a bad job. I think one of the reasons I hunted these down is because I love them so much. They're so amazingly cute. But there was some, he had constrictions for the pages that he was working in, the page sizes. So there was some kind of awkward construction. And as far as I know, he was only limited to 3 installments of this. So he was kind of limited. So basically what I did from the other document you can see I've kept portions of this. I've taken this part kind of off and let's go back and grab, where am I here? Oh, there's where I am here. I want this. I want this. You can see I've got those pieces there, but then built on a longer cabinet on either side and did some alterations to the bottom, making it just, I basically, instead of making these into curves, these little areas in here, I went ahead and mirrored these angles that he has right here, which I think look a lot better. Now, this piece, as you can see, this is the front. These two pieces fold in. There's some tabs here, here, and here, which will glue to the back, which this is probably not the best way to do this, but I'm just showing you how I do it, because if you've been here long enough, you know my aversions to numbers. I did go ahead and set this up in inches so I have a little bit better idea of where I am and what I'm doing. This piece right here that's gray, let's move this around. I went ahead and drew between the lines and drew it just slightly larger. This is the back piece. This is what these tabs will all glue to. And I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and, again, remembering what I had as a kid and what I remember, I kind of like this design, but I want it to be like the one I remember. So I think I'm going to do something where I add it on, but make it maybe come up a little further. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to take this idea and go with it. And I'm trying to figure out, because as I was looking at this, originally I thought, well, gosh, I'm going to have to, sorry, wrong key command. I'm going to have to do a right and a left, because as you can see here, there has to be a right and a left. If we go back to here, you can see there has to be a right and a left because it's one continuous piece. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I will make a right and a left, but it's this piece right here, which will be expanded and maybe come up more like from here, further up the mirror down, kind of like that, with something coming out. I think I'm going to like that a lot better. And it's going to be separate from this mirror piece because, as you can see here, they're kind of attached. I also eliminated a bunch of stuff in here in the next design. This is essentially going to be, when you put this together, when you get the bedroom furniture stuff, these will be 1, 2, and 3 pieces. You'll make these 3 pieces and then just attach them together. I think it'll look the best. I think it will be the most satisfying to put together. And I just think it'll be better. But like I said, I'm keeping a lot of little design elements. I'm running around trying to figure out, oops, you can see these are 72 DPI. Dots per inch, so the print quality is not fabulous. And you can see here, these were like little poles on the drawers. I am instead going to put dots, an indication on the drawer fronts where those are supposed to go. Oh, I did want to look at this. Yeah, that's only this frontispiece. Because there's some things I have changed. You can see here, this element in here. I love how this looks. Oh, sorry, I accidentally made it too small. I love the intersection right here. I know what that's supposed to represent. It's a piece of wood, like a little molded bit. But it can't continue here because this was the side. So then I go back to Illustrator, and I'm like, not Illustrator, Inkscape. And I've continued it, but then I've pulled it off to the side. One of the things that just really like yanks at me is when you have those stark white pieces where the fold tabs are. So I like to continue things off of them, including the color or the print or the pattern, so that if your folds aren't perfect, you won't be seeing them so horrifically. Does that make sense? And I shouldn't say horrifically. Like, so right here, I'd put 2 little dots to indicate where those are going to go. And these are just going to be cutesy little things with like, you could use pins, or you could use little bits of jewelry findings, which I think would be really cute. So I'm at the point where I'm putting this stuff together, and I think what this is going to end up being, let me see if I can get my right key command in here, because I would like this back part to be a little sturdier, is I'm trying to figure out whether I want this to be 2 pieces that are next to each other like that, or like this. So this would be folded up here, or do I want to fold it the other way? I'm leaning towards this because I think it'll make for a nicer edge. And that way I can still use, I have some color sampling, as you can see, of these original pieces that Nandor drew in here, and I would really like to use those for the back. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some recreating. Sorry, I got interrupted. I had my other large videos kind of are a little bit in the way. So I'm gonna recreate this, I think, as a pattern like I'm using for the wood on the furniture that you've already gotten. And so I can just drop it in as part of the pattern, because I think I'd like to use some wood here for these pieces, but then I really want to keep this because it's just, there's something about it that is just so lovely. And as from the illustration standpoint, you don't really see that a whole lot, and I really liked it. But then I also want to extend it so it's all along the back, because this is something that would be up against a wall. So I think what I'm going to do, this is getting really, it's not complicated. It's just going to have more pieces. Make this, and put it together. And then take the pieces when they're dry and glue them together. I don't think that's beyond the comprehension of any of my patrons. Also, welcome new patron. Thank you, Kimber, for becoming my patron. You have really, like, seriously made my Christmas. That was like one of the best surprises ever. And I hope you enjoy all the stuff that I'm working on. So, since, like I said, this was Sunday, I really wanted to work on this. I've got the couch and the chair done, so now I can start working on the files that I can put together and the download so you can have more furniture to choose from. And then, of course, I've got to start shooting some more tutorials. So I just wanted to let you see what I was working on and how I was working on it, because, like I said, some of this stuff is, you know, this is, when I'm working on it, it's, sometimes I have great drawings to work from, and then other times not so much. So, this is, again, sometimes why it takes so much longer for me to get these done. That plus some dodgy internet. So, anyway, thank you all of my patrons. My new patron, my old patrons who have been with me through everything. And I will see you in the next video.